Hello, here's Sistra. Welcome to my third guide on Europa Universalis IV. Today I will tell you everything you need to know about the economy. You can see economy if you click on the country view and get to economy. And then you can see all the income and all the expenses. This is all on monthly base. So as you can see, you have income. Basically, you have income from taxation, production, and trade. Then you can also have income from gold, which is produced in several provinces. Tariffs, which you get from colonial nations, or vassal income, which you get from vassals. Then war reparations, spoils of war, which you can get from war. The main expenses you have basically are your advisors, your state maintenance, your army maintenance, and your fleet maintenance. So basically, it's what you quite always have. Not every nation has a fleet, but state advisor, state maintenance, fort maintenance, army maintenance are the basic expenses you have. So and what you want is to get the best advisors, to have a lot of states, because this is what gives you power, to have a lot of strong forts, and to have a large army and a large fleet. To achieve this, you need a strong economy. Strong economy means you need a monthly income that is high as possible. So what you need to do is to raise your income. That is your main goal. Raising your monthly income. There are some modifiers. One thing is the inflation. If the inflation is higher, your expenses also rise. So there are also things you can see here. There's your total development and war exhaustion, and also you can raise war taxes, which lower maintenance, all your maintenance for your army and navy. But it's only during wars and costs 50 military power. An important thing can be to reduce inflation if the inflation is too high. Also, you can declare bankruptcy, as you can do if you have a loan, for example. You can, so here I can take a loan of 180 ducats. You will automatically take loans if you get to minus on month's end. You will automatically get a loan or take a loan. And if you have one, I would just take one. You can repay the loan or repay multiple loans. If you click on repay the loan, you see your loans, and you can click on repay if you have the money necessary. Of course, it can cost an interest per annum. So yeah. So, and also, as you can see, it costs some interest monthly. Then you can debase currency, which gives you money but increases your corruption. Not a very good thing. I don't really use this. It's quite useless. So, notice the question: what to do to increase your income? There are several ways. The first is you increase your trade. How to do this? I will tell you in the next guide, which will be around all about trade. So that's the first option. The second option is to higher production and your tax income. You can do this by several ways. I go in Paris, and that's my province. The first point is to look if it's a state province. An important thing to your income is autonomy. The higher the autonomy, the lower your income. And the point is, and the problem at the moment is, so I would do this because I have only states. I cannot do this. So Yeah, we have to wait a bit before I can do this. We have to wait a year. Yeah, no way. Man. It's just a problem. We have to wait because I have to get the clergy out of here. Yeah, it's okay. It's complete what I wanted. So now I can get the clergy out of here. This state. And hopefully... I'm rising some troops. Damn it. We have to fight. Lose. Oh man. Not what I wanted to do. It's possible because Bar belongs to an estate. Which one? Oh, also the clergy. Go away. Oh man, this is so dumb. This is dumb. Yeah. I didn't thought this would be a problem. Random wait. Or main. Because we need us to defeat this. I had known I would have prepared this. So to show you, I will make this a territory to show you one thing. If it's not a state, or if your provinces are not in a state but only territory, you have a basic autonomy of 75%. So it's important to have as much states as possible. But the point is you have a certain limit. Our limit would be 12. And as you can see, the income went down. So I would just say it again. I make a state again, but then we have a basic autonomy of normally. This is dumb. This is not good. Why? I have a 59%. Basically, it should be 50. I don't know why. Maybe because of the rebel forces. So basically, it would be 50, but I can make a core out of it, and there would be 0, a full core. So it ties the income. That's the first point, to make states after territories, if you can do it. If you cannot do it, there's other ways to do it. The next point is to increase development. I can spend some administrative power to increase the development of Paris. It costs me quite a lot because it's high developed. But if I do this, I will hire my tax income. If I do this and with diplomatic power here, my production, I can increase my production income. So I hired my income, but not really much. That's the first thing you can do. Increase your development. The next thing you can do is build buildings which increase modifiers. For example, the church, which increases the local tax modifier. Now I have the problem, I don't have the right technology group and below to do this, so I cannot show you. I would be really good to prepare this before. But that's the first point. It will hire your tax income from, for example, Paris, because it hires the modificators. And also for production efficiency is the workshop. For the trade power, it's the marketplace and so on. If you have a church built, for example, Paris, and you get administrative technology 19 and get the cathedral, you can simply make a cathedral out of a church. And you get a higher modificator. This is quite cool. Next thing, very important to raise economy, are your manufactories. They are quite expensive with 500 ducats, and they need quite a long to build, namely 5 years, but the increase the local goods produced, especially with high with goods that have quite a price, as for example the club, three base price. We don't have anything that's, oh yeah, no, or here 3 with iron. No, we don't have anything that has a higher price. Maybe I show you this in the ledger and in the economy. You can see, where is it? No, on the trade, not economy. This is wrong. You can see the trade goods, and you can see the base price and the current price. For example, dice is extremely strong, or silk is extremely strong with 4 ducats. They are quite expensive goods. And if you build a factory in a in a province, we can build it and not only significantly boost your production income, but, and that's the other point, it also increases the trade power, not the trade power but the trade value, sorry, the trade value of the province, so it increases also your trade income. And that's what a lot of people often forget. They only see the production boost. No, they also boost your trade, and significantly. If you really have strong goods in a trade node and you build a lot of manufacturers, you can boost this trade a lot, really a lot. So it's a good thing not to forget about this, because it raises your production to really high levels. Can be really insane. If you have a strong province and has also the counting house, it's possible that the textile manufacturer, and you have silk, can boost it by over 1 ducat per month. I think for 130 or something per month, which I have more in production. This is really insane. So these are points, because I often heard yeah, but it's quite a long time, these 500 ducats, it's quite a long time until I had them back in my treasury. It's not your goal. Your goal is to rise your monthly income so you can pay as much forces as much forces as you can. Another point of the army maintenance I should show you. It's quite good. I can show it. It's a reinforcement. If you reinforce the armies, it costs quite a lot. As you can see, 6 ducats. So we are in minus at the moment, and this is not really good. It's not what you want to. So always have a good look on your economy. So these are the main points, the main options to raise economy, raising your sorry, raising your, oh man, this is so raising your development and making your provinces stronger, and building buildings. And also there are also other options to increase your economy. There are ideas, for example. And also a higher attack increases your production efficiency. That's why the manufacturers in Lake are extremely strong. You have, for example, the economic ideas. If you have a really bad economy, you can take them. Gets your additional 10% to national tax modifier, for example, production efficiency is higher, and the land maintenance, your troops cost your troops cost a cut, for example, is one thing to do. Or to really cut your troop costs, the quantity idea is quite a good idea, because they have 2 ideas. The first is this one, the alter infirm. It cuts the costs, and also this here, it not only cuts how many your regiments costs when you raise them or when you build them, but it also cuts the maintenance, and that's important to know here about this one. I think mainly this is it. And also what you can do is expand your land, conquer new land, of course. Quite clear. And what you can do is, if you have a peace treaty, you can get also a lot of money if the other one has the money, and he can get all the war reparations which gets an additional income. Oh my goodness. I hope you understand my English quite a bit. I'm a little bit tired. So mainly I think this is it. Raise your development, build buildings, especially in the early game. The temple, the churches, temples, and so on are extremely important. If you have quite strong ones as Paris, you can raise you here by 0.2503 ducats monthly, and this is enough so you can build another chunk of infantry, or another regiment of infantry, as it costs you 0.21 per month, or even cavalry. But these are topics I will tell you about later, about the army compositions and about the art of war. So mainly that was economy. I hope I had not forget anything at the moment, so I take a short moment to think about it. So what you also can do is with courthouses and tunnels, you can cut your state maintenance costs, but this is very it's a very small amount you really save with this. It's not really good. Yeah, mainly this is it. Develop your provinces, lower autonomy, and build buildings which pushes your economy. We look at it because you have modificators, as you can see it here. I should maybe tell you about this modificators. This is a tax modificator of when the higher it gets, the more taxes you get. Then you have a production modificator, production efficiency, and trade efficiency. This is quite important modificators. The higher it get, the more income you get. You can produce. So also these bonuses, you can hire them. And as I told you, you can get more production efficiency, as you can see here, from the tech level. So this is quite a lot. What you get here is I think 40%, and this is right, 40 or 50, I think. No, 50. 55%. This is quite a lot. This is really a lot, especially if you have a lot of good trade goods. So I think this is it. And how you increase your trade and how you optimize your trade income, yeah, I will tell you in the next guide. And I say until next time, goodbye.